there's a lot of metal bits here. Connecting rod bolts. Usually a bit of a bearing. Piston. It's gonna work good. Bottom of a rod cap. A piece of the connecting rod. Look at that. That's crazy. You get to witness it firsthand. It's all engine parts right there.
It is broken.
Only jumpins'.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Put me on the way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.
All right, last video we got our 1994 diesel Yukon going. Well, let's see how it fires up now. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a lot better. It even sounds pretty good. A lot quieter than it was. I'm gonna send this down the road, I think. But first, I'll take it for a little test drive and see how it does. Looks like a way in. I think it does okay. Alright, so we got this old girl fired up, but there's another problem. Parked it here and it's been dripping nicely, so it runs itself out of fuel when it's not running. Diesel, that is. But guess what? Finally got rid of one. This one's going down the road. Transmission definitely needs some work. But it's time to send her on down the road. And we've got our 1974 Ford F-250 going. Oh, she's pretty peppy. And now we want to kind of focus on the whole point of this series, and that's to explain that the internal combustion engine basic principles have not changed. It's all still the same. Just how it's controlled is a little bit different. It still works pretty much the same. If you understand how to control these basic principles, you need air, you need fuel, and you need spark. Now, with the air, you specifically need compression, and with the spark, you need proper timing. But if all those things are right, you can usually get something to run. So that's what we're kind of focusing on here. And it doesn't matter if it's controlled electronically, like our 2011 Ram here, or if it's by points and old style ignition and a carburetor like our 1974 Ford. We're going to dive into this 2011 Ram, and then we're going to dive into one of the other Fords, and we're going to see if we can get those ones going. Now, yes, it's a little more complicated, and we got to bring a couple more tools into it, but let's see what we can do. All right, here is the newest truck of the bunch. This is our 2011 Ram Sport.
That thing got a Hemi?
Yeah, it's got the Hemi in it, but this is the other one that has the bad engine, and it's not the cam.
I don't believe it. It's not possible.
It's supposedly it's got a rod knock and stuff like that, but we're still going to try to see if we can get this to turn over, fire up. The other problem is we don't have a key for it. We might have a solution for that. We might have a couple solutions for that. We'll see what we come up with. But let's have a look around, see what we got. You got some nice fuel mags on there, so those are looking pretty sweet. Got the fender flares happening here. You always get a little concerned when you see those. How much rust are they actually trying to hide, especially when you see them on the back.
Leave me alone.
Look at that 5 o'clock rust.
You can see we got some rust down here. Door's not bad, mirror's not bad. Got a little bit of a big scratch here, a bit of a dent there. This doesn't look too bad, but like I said, we could be hiding some serious rust under there. We'll find out. We don't know what's underneath those flares, but then we get back here and we get a little bit of damage. Might be able to pull most of that out though, we'll see. Oh, we got backup sensors on this one. It's got all the bells and whistles. We're missing our emblem on the back. Tailgate's got a little bit of a ding in it, but at least it's there. These things are expensive. Back bumper's got the sport bumper on here. Monochrome bumper with the exhaust. We're missing exhaust tips, so we're probably missing some of the exhaust system. Oh, that would be why. We're missing a cat. Oh, look, we're getting a little 2 sensor cut right out. Looks like this has fallen prey to the old, I'm gonna take a cat. Oh, and look what else I found. We got our typical Dodge other tick right there. Broken exhaust manifold bolts, usually at the back of the manifold. Pretty common. Well, at least we got our trimming O2 sensor, our post-cat sensor I'm not too worried about. Figure that out later. I think we still got the one in the other side. Yeah, it's still there.
Ed, this is not the car I ordered.
This side doesn't look too bad. A little bit of a ding down here and right there. Again, well, actually it looks pretty good on this side. We're missing our tailgate cover here. We'll see if we can find one of those. Inside of the box doesn't look too bad. Oh, looks like we got the power rear window. Nice.
Excellent.
How's this side? This door is looking really good. That door, not so good. It's got a little bit of rust happening down there. Rocker panel's in a little bit better shape, but still rusty. A little bit of a scrape on the wheel flare here, but other than that, looks pretty good. Looks like we got all our center caps to our mags. That's nice.
Good for you, man. Good for you, good for you.
A little bit of a scrape on the front bumper. Hood looks to be decent. So let's have a look on the inside, shall we? Oh dear. It's dirty. We'll start with that. It's really dirty. The seat's got a bit of a rip in it. Other than that, not too bad. The nice thing about dirt, though, that I like about the dirt, is it turns a lot of people off when things are messy and dirty. And if you're going to look past that, you can get yourself a really good deal sometimes. Does this have the mileage? No, it's got the digital stuff going on here. So we'll have to get a battery in it, see what we got. It's got the bucket seats, the consoles. I don't think we got heated seats in this one. But other than that, it looks pretty loaded. We got the power seats. Cruise tilt, 545 RFE transmission, dual zone climate control at least. That's nice. Let's see what the back looks like. That is looking,
What an incredible smell you've discovered.
Okay, we're gonna have to clean that up too. You can see I'm getting the sun coming in here. I'm sorry about that. Should be looking at it from the other side. Let's go check it out from that side. There we go. Hopefully we won't get the light changing on us with getting the fuzzies. But yeah, that's pretty messy. It's got a bit of a rubber smell. I don't know if I should be really concerned about that. Probably. Yeah. Oh, what's this? Jumper cables? No. Lots of dog hair or something in there. But the seat doesn't look too bad otherwise. It'll probably clean up pretty nice. Oh, we got a bit of rip in the roof liner here.
Hold breach, deck 11.
Oh, nice. We got a chain. Sweet. I got some manuals, some of the owner stuff. What's here? Yeah. What the heck was in there? Ugh, I don't think I even want to know. What do we got in here? Well, there's our charging port. Okay, so you know it needs a bit of a cleaning. Is that the mouse droppings? Yeah, it looks like the mouse droppings. It needs some cleaning. I don't want to look under the seats. I don't care to see what's growing in there. We might get attacked. Well, let's open up the power barn. Whoa, look at this. Okay, bonus. Oh, hi, Spider. There you go. Off you go. Be gone with you. So we've got a cold air intake on this. Very nice. I'm gonna have to put that on my truck. It's your standard Hemi. Looks like a 5.7 Hemi, so nothing too special. We'll get in here, we'll see, get a battery in it, see if we can get it to at least turn over. I can jumper the relay and we'll get it to turn over at the very least. We'll see how it sounds, see if it's seized or not. We'll just pull the start relay and that'll be our first step. And then we'll move on from there. There's your PCM over there. That's the computer. If I have to, I can plug in a separate computer and we can try to start it with that one. We can try to find a key and program it. So there's a couple options we have and we'll go through it. Looks like someone had the big sub in here at some point. That is the big stuff right there, yep. All right, now I mentioned spinning this over with the starter relay circuit, and that's fine. It'll help tell you what the type of shape the engine's in, how it's going to turn over, but it will not start it. I want to make that very clear. No matter how much you do this, it's not going to start it. So you're going to need your battery in here, of course. And you come in here, and it's got a nice little diagram, tells you which relay. Start relay is K3, which for us is right there. Pull that out. and I'm just going to take my test light. You don't have to. One of these is going to have power on it. It's going to be that guy there. You can see we lit up red. And then you're going to go diagonally from that usually. And we're just going to take a jumper wire. We'll put one on the hot side. Yeah, we can hear that has a very uneven gallop to it. It's turning over slow. It's got an uneven gallop. So there's definitely some issues in there. It's a good sign. It's turning over. It's a start. So let's get this back together, see if we can fire it up, see if we can get that key programmed. That is supposedly blowing up, but we've got a bigger problem than that right now. We got no keys. So what we have done is we've bought some keys off of some Amazonians.
What is your mission?
And we've got our scanner. We're going to see if we can program one of these keys. So we went to the dealer with our bill of sale. We did it all legal. We got the pin for the vehicle, which allows you to change the radio and program keys and stuff like that. We're going to see if we can do this. The other way we could do this is I could swap out the computer and the wiring and get it to fire up that way possibly. And when I say swap that out, I mean we'd have to keep it all kind of external from the rest of the vehicle. It would have to be a standalone harness, because as soon as you hook it up, it's going to enable the skim again. Then I'd have to unlock it again, which is just a pain. So we're going to try to do it the proper way, because it's just easier in the long run. And we're going to try to program a key. Let's see how it goes. We got our scanner here. We managed to get the dash powered up. You can see the security lights flashing. We'll try the key right now and you'll see there's nothing. Okay. Off. I'm actually surprised it powered up the dash that much, but okay. So let's move on to the next step. Yep, that's what we are. Now it's going to take a while to get through all the modules and stuff, and I'm not going to show you exactly how to do this, just in case some people get bad ideas. We're going to auto scan the modules. Just see what it is all on here for codes. Oh, look, we got 2 on the ECM, drivetrain, anti-lock brakes. I don't have a very good battery in this right now, so I don't know how long it'll last. So we want to get through this kind of quick and as fast as we can. There we go. Okay, we'll do a quick erase of all codes. See which ones come back. Yeah, we still got a few codes here. I'll deal with those later. Right now, we want to get the key program before our battery dies, so let's get on that. So here we are. We want to go into our wireless control module. There. And we want to go to special functions. And you see we have a few options. Erase all keys. Nope, don't want to do that.
Don't do that! Don't do that!
ECM replace? No, I didn't do that.
How about new?
Program ignition keys and key fobs. Let's try that. This function is to be used when programming new ignition keys or reprogramming existing. It will program the WIN functionality along with the remote keyless entry functions. Ignition should be in the RNN position while running this function. Okay. Checking for ignition status. Checking for pin. Okay, we're going to put this in. But I'm not going to show you that. Place the unprogrammed ignition key into the key ignition, turn the key to the run position, which we've done. Hit OK. Basically what the warning was is if we put the pin in 3 times wrong, it's going to lock things out on us. Oh, it said programming key. That's a good sign. Programming ignition fob key was successful. Continue to program another key, otherwise close the program key procedure, cycle the key before starting the vehicle. Okay. We're going to exit out of here. You can see our security light is gone. Cycle. Oh, look at that. Oh, success! Unbelievable.
We got a runner!
That sounds awful, but I wasn't expecting it to run. I can't believe this. I gotta do it again. That was so easy, dude. Hopefully the battery still has enough juice. this truck thinking it had a wiped out motor, but that's a wiped out cam. The motor seems, I don't hear any rod knock in there. You can see cylinder 6, 7, and 8 are misfiring. So we'll take a look at those, see if it's something simpler than a wiped out cam. Probably a wiped out cam.
Let's see if she'll run and drive.
But it's running.
Where's the kaboom?
Rest in peace.
Okay, we're not rebuilding that.
You know what you are? You're a dipstick.
Well, I think we're definitely in for engine replacement on this one. Oh dear. Oh man, let's see the carnage. Take a look at that. Oh boy. Oh, there's a lot of metal bits here. Necking rod bolts. There's a bit of a bearing. Piston. So we got running, we got it driving, and then we proceeded to put half the engine out through the bottom of the truck. So we succeeded in our goals temporarily.
You serious?
Anyways, it'll be back. We're going to replace the engine. We already built the one engine up. You seen it on the run stand. We hit the start button. So that was always going to go in here, but we've confirmed it was definitely a rod knock and not a cam. Well, I think it had both issues, but let's move on to one of our old Fords, shall we? Hey folks, welcome to Mongrels Garage, where we finally got rid of our 1994 GMC Yukon 6.5 liter turbo diesel and made some room in the yard. And we picked up 6 other trucks. And we're going to start with this 1975 Ford F-150 with the 390. Let's get into it. There's no brakes there. Keep pushing. That's good. Perfect. Good job. All right, let's have us a little look-see at this rusted old beast. So this is a fender.
I'm glad you're here to tell us these things.
Actually, we can see we got a little bit of damage here on the grill. Coming along here, the fender's actually in pretty good shape except for that damage. Not too bad down in there. This door's in good shape. Nice and solid. Opens up. Let's take a look in there. Dual tanks. Missing a cap there. So it looks like someone's done some fiberglass work here for us. But other than that, it's pretty solid until we get back here, which is not looking the greatest. That's full of Bondo and all sorts of things. We're definitely going to have to do something with that. Whole corner is kind of messed up. The inside of the box is pretty good, but I got full of junk right now. I got a spare door and some fenders in there. Come around to this side. Look at this. We got a tailgate. It's actually not bad. Deferred. Okay. Well, we're kind of missing a corner over here. I imagine that's how that other one looked, and that's why it's, you can see the remnants of Explorer here. Those, we'll see if we can find those. Look at this. Wheel well's not too bad. Actually, that's not bad at all. It's pretty solid there. Down here's all pretty good. Now, someone did put a sunroof in this. I don't know, it's a kind of a hack job, and the dent, big dent here and stuff.
Ridiculous!
This cab quarter's not too bad. This door's not too bad. And that fender is actually pretty good. So all in all, the body's not horrible on this truck. It's pretty good. And I'm gonna tell you, I bought this truck plus one other, which we'll show you later on in the video. I got the 75 and I got the 76, and we paid $1,800 for both and the parts. So I think we did pretty good. Now let's have a look inside, shall we? Check out that seat. I mean, get right in there and look at that seat. Nice. That is in good shape. Look at the dash pad on this thing too. Like that dash pad is pristine. So those two items alone, I'm telling you, worth the price of admission. Look at the nice shag carpet. Makes for a lovely smell in here. Kind of smells like your grandparents' motorhome. Oh, that is a carcass of a dead spider. Big sucker too. Gross. What do we got behind the seat? Can you even figure that out? Oh, the seat's not bolted in, it seems. We'll just pull it forward. Well, we got seat belts. A knob of some sort. Trim. Actually, the floor doesn't look too bad back here. It's in pretty good shape back there. How's the floor looking over there? Not so good. A little bit of Flintstone action. Oh, look, we found our Explorer badges. Nice. Got some Flints. Yeah, that's pretty rotten right there and there. We'll have to patch that up.
Hold breach, deck 11.
Glove box. Let's see if we got any history in here. Empty.
It's empty.
Look at that. Perfectly clean. Not even mouse droppings. Sweet. Oh, what's that sticker? Jacking instructions. Okay, let's take a look on this side, see what we got going on. Steering wheel up there, says the Ford on it. Gauges all look pretty good. Oh, instrument bezel's loose. Have to do something with that. How's our floor looking? Oh yeah, a little bit better than the other side. You know what? I think I got something to fix that up. Let's just see. Oh yeah.
You're like, take off, you hosers.
Make it perfect. Cherry. Okay, let's head to the power barn. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Oh, actually, that's not bad. Opens pretty good. All right, come on in. Let's have a look. We got power steering. We got some belts that definitely need some changing. Oh, that's not looking great. I wonder if our carburetors. Look at all the no air cleaner on there. That might not be good. Well, let's see if we got lucky. Let's see if we can turn this. Oh, look at that. Turns. Turns pretty good. Wow, that's a bonus. Nice. So we're not froze up there. Engine turns. Excellent.
Excellent.
Oh no, the steel me junction is gone. We're gonna have to do something like with that. We got someone's been in here doing wiring. Oh, look at down here. Got some open headers happening. So someone's got the exhaust right off. Woo! I wonder how the other side's looking. Yeah, there's still pipes there. What is that? Hey, right on, I found our oil cap. Just put that on there. Oh, what's this say? Can't see. I think this is a 390 he said in this, but I can't confirm that because all we have is the valve cover sticker and you can't see what it says on that. So, well, we know we got positive rotation. We know the carb's not froze up. So how's the coolant looking here? Any coolant left in this thing? Probably not. Probably dry. Oh, there's some stuff in there. Oh, I can tickle it. There you go. It's even coolant. It's not just water. And what do we got for oil? Actually, that don't look half bad. Smells like oil. Not too fuely, no milkshake. Might be good. We might have a chance at actually getting this thing light off. But that depends on the good old Deux spark over here. Because we all know how those boxes of Magical Wonder don't work. Not so. What else we got? Transmission fluid. Ooh, that is... No, we'll just put that back and we'll pretend we didn't see that or smell that. That's interesting. Looks like we might have had custom coolant hoses. You know what? We're going to leave this on for now. I think we're going to pull a couple of the plug wires, see how they look. We're going to see if we can find a solenoid for the starter and maybe hook that back up. Yeah, let's see if we can get this thing to rotate. This is a third. We got cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's just pull these out, see what we got. Holy jumpins.
How about new?
I ain't got the strength for it. Yeah, that's in there good. Okay, we're gonna need my bigger wrench. Oh, the handle, never mind.
Do you want some help with that?
Just perfectly normal. Yeah, that's fine. It should be that tight. No, it shouldn't. All right, we got that one loose. Spin her out of there. Oh, she was definitely running rich, I'd say. 1, 2. Oh man, that one don't want to come out, no?
This isn't the biggest bag over the head punch in the face I ever...
Okay. Well, you know, it's fine. We can leave it in there. It's got 2 out. That's all we need, right? All right, we're over at the Rustang. Up the hood, and that happens to have a steel me junction we can use. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Looks like about a 1/2 inch to get that off. And there we go. Oh, that was attached to something. Sure it'll work fine that way. I'll never remember how to get that back together. Oh dear. Okay, we're going a completely separate way with this. All right, let's take it over to the truck. All right, let's get the sparkle box in. There you go. And these cables aren't in the greatest shape, but hopefully they'll get the job done. Okay, where's my triggering mechanism here? Oh, it's always fun when I struggle right in the beginning of trying to do stuff. There we go. Yeah, let's see if we got any whirlies. Nope, well, that was interesting. Well, we're gonna have to play with this a little bit. I'll get back to you. Okay, we resolved our battery situation. That should be fine. Let's see how it goes now, shall we? All right, we got crankage. Next, we'll see if we get some sparkles. Oh, we got sparkles. Let's bring the camera in right here. Take a look at that. As close as we can. You can see it flashing. I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but we definitely got some sparkles. So we're going to put the plugs back in it, hook them up, see if we got fire. Yeah, we're going to give our coil some power here. We put a little fuel down it. Let's see what happens. Now remember, we're got open exhaust on this side, so she might be a little rowdy.
Oh, man!
Oh, well, we'll feed a little more fuel here. I really should disconnect the fuel line in case there's gas. Fill up the float bowl a little bit, but it's probably not going to pump right away. Ready? Can't argue with that. I'll be dipped, as someone likes to say. All right, we got ourselves a runner, boys. Nice. Well, it starts. It's not running. It starts, but we'll see if we can get it running. Okay, I'm going to disconnect this fuel line. All right, let's see if we can get this thing to fire off and actually idle a bit. Oh, that's always good when fuel comes burbling out of there. I don't know how much oomph we got in this battery, so. Not enough, apparently. Shoot. Okay, we got a little juice in it. Let's try one more time. Oh, almost. I think we're out of fuel again. Try that. You ready? Here we go again. We've moved the truck in front of the shop. We didn't move it in the shop because the 69 Mach 1's in here, and we are making progress on that, but that's a whole different video. So let's get back to the truck. So what we've got going on is we had it firing and running under a jumper wire and start trigger on the relay, but we want this to run and drive like a normal truck. And the problem is we don't have power to the key right now. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to go through, see if we can get power to the ignition, and that we can start this with the key, and then we'll get into fine-tuning it. We want this to run and drive like a normal vehicle, so that is the goal, especially after the little mishap with the 2011 Ram. That, well, let's not talk about that. We'll just change the engine in that one. Okay, let's get back onto this. Ordinarily, if I was to troubleshoot this, we would take our trusty test light and we'd start checking the circuit. There, we got our red, we got red. But one thing I can tell you right now is that we are missing a lug on here. Just from my experience, I know there's supposed to be another one there. And if we look at this wiring harness that goes down to our alternator, I think it also branches off to our regulator here. We can see right there, that should have a big fusible link and a ring terminal on it. And we're missing that, and that's our primary supply that would hook up to there. So I'm going to open up this harness, see where this wire actually starts again, and see what we can do about that. Now that doesn't feel like it's got any wires in it. I'm going to start cutting it back slowly to see what we got. But you can see it's got the big feed wire on it and this yellow wire which provides power to everything. So that's why we got no power from our ignition and going to everything else. Nothing there. Oh, we might just have got lucky. Just a few wires left. That's good because I didn't want to really cut past that. All right, let's get me some wire trimmers and see what we got. Twist our wires together. We got our shrinking tube on there. Just trying to mount the solder right now. There it goes. Nice. Okay, give that a minute to cool down and we should be all sealed up. We'll tape it all back up. Get the other end done. Tug, that's good. Okay, we'll hook that up. See, we got power to everything. Gonna touch the negative to it in case. Oh, that's pretty good so far. No smoke or fire. Positive, positive, positive. See what we got here. Alternator. Aha! There we go. That's what we're looking for. Power to our alternator. That's good. Bet you we got some to our regulator now too. go bump the key, see what happens. Eureka! Excellent. Excellent. Let's see what happens. All right, turns over by the key. Well, let's start with it now. We'll prime that carb a little bit. We got it all primed up. Oh, horn works now. Oh, I don't think we're pulling any fuel. I have to change that carburetor out. Oh, there we go. Now I got an accelerator pump shot. We're stuck. Running with the key has been achieved. Nice. But now I gotta get this thing to idle. So it's gonna take a little bit of fiddling, bring the idle circuit online. See what we can do. It's definitely pumping fuel to the carb. We've got our accelerator pump shot, so that's all good. You should see we have gears. Check the oil again too, might be a good idea. It's looking pretty clean. Not milkshaky, so that's good. And we're at the full mark. Very nice. How's our transmission fluid looking? Well, I can tell you one thing. If it doesn't have anything on the stick when it's not running, it won't have anything on the stick when it is running. So we got nothing. We better put some in there if we want any chance of this shift-o-matic to work. Okay, when these things are down that much, it means it's going to take at least 2 liters.
I don't know what that is. Liter is French.
2 quarts, whatever you want to call it, depending which country you're in. Now I've got my mix here. I just buy it in bulk and refill this container. Mixed a little of the STP in here, or the Lucas. Away we go. Yeah, we're gonna see once we get this filled up if we have anything on the stick. Now that we've got some transmission fluid in there, let's fire this back up. Suck it down a bit.
Contact.
Okay, maybe we're not at the idling point yet. We're getting closer. We definitely got a vacuum leak someplace. All right, I think we got to the point where it's not really idling. We just kicked up the idle. But let's see if we can get this thing to move. I think we might even have some brakes, believe it or not. We got brakes. Power steering's not working. Well, we moved a little ways. Don't want to run that too much with open exhaust anyway, so we'll steal the manifolds off the other truck and we'll play with this one. We'll get it running better, but it's running, it's driving, it's stopping under its own power. Well, maybe it's not driving, but it moved under its own power, so. There's our 1975 Ford. We got it running and driving on its own power. I wouldn't say it's a hot rod or it's running that good, but it's moving under its own power. And hey, we even got the brakes working. Basically did the same thing as a red truck. Notice the reservoir's dry. Dumped a little brake fluid in there, pumped it up a few times. Boom, we got our front brakes. No back brakes, but that's not ideal. We're going to want to fix all that up. And we'll either pull this carb off and rebuild it, or the one on that red truck worked pretty good. Maybe we'll steal the carb off of that and throw it on here, see what happens. Okay, there's a couple more things we want to do with this before we wrap it up. One is see if we can get a header on here, and two, I want to know if this is a 390 or a 360. To do that, we're going to need a few things. We're going to need a straw, a felt, and a tape measure. Now, if this seems a little bit MacGyver, well, it kind of is, but the only real way to know the difference is to measure the stroke of the engine. So, we're going to pull our number one spark plug out and see what we have. Now, if you remember earlier in the video, these weren't that easy to get out. I'm hoping after some heat cycles and stuff, they're not as frozen as they were. And we did have this number one out before, so, oh yeah, that's nice and easy. We need to get the engine at top dead center or bottom dead center, either one. We need it just travel here. Put our straw in there. I don't know if my straw is going to be long enough. That feels like it's almost at the bottom already. Now you can do this with the timing marks. You can do it how I'm going to do it. Just find the dwell on the piston. There's our dwell. It stopped moving. You don't want to be angling the felt too much. You use this bolt right below the valve cover, and we're going to touch the back to the alternator because there's only a 1/4 inch difference between the two. Well, basically 1/4 inch. You gotta be really careful how you hold your felt. You don't want to angle it like that, so you want to find a flat surface. And so I've got mine like that and backed up against the alternator, hard against the head, and then I just move the rod. You're really just looking that you don't have a lot of, there's actually a nice divot right there that sits in that you can find consistently. So then you move the rod back, mark it with a felt, and then you measure it. We're going to mark our straw. We're going to find the bottom dwell. Now you could do this with a piece of dowel or something too. Like a small wooden dowel would work really well. I think we've hit our dwell. No, I don't have enough straw. It's right at the top. Uh-oh. Well, we're going to try this again because my straw is a little too short, but that was right. That's 3.5 inches, which is a 360. I would really want the 390. I don't like the 360s. Let's try it again. Okay, we got something much bigger, longer I should say. And it's metal, which I don't typically like, but as long as we're gentle, we'll be fine. So we've made our first mark down here. Feels like we just hit our dwell. We'll confirm that after we mark it. Yeah, it's going back down. So we're going to measure from that mark to our top mark. And if we got 3.5, it's a 360. If we got 3 3/4, it's a 390. Oh, 3 3/4. Nice. We measure that mark down to this mark. We're at about 3 3/4. Just a little over. So we got the 390. Very good. Yeah, you can see it's important to do this a couple times. Make sure you hit both dwells properly, because it's only a 1/4 of an inch that makes the difference between a 390 and a 360. So you really want those measurements to be accurate. You can also do a couple cylinders. That helps too, just to take any inaccuracy out of it, average it out. So in actuality, the 390 is just a touch above 3 3/4. It's like 3.78. I'm not going to bother putting the numbers on screen. There's lots of videos out there that show you that. But point is, this is a 390. Excellent.
Excellent.
All right, I believe I know why someone has cut this header off. All these bolts are frozen, like they are in there tight. If I was putting enough pressure on there that the head was starting to turn, but the bolt wasn't, so it's gonna break. This is not the method I would have chose. I'm gonna show you what I would do, and that involves fire. Now, to be clear, they do make better options for this nowadays. They make those inductive coils that they work really well and without the flame, so they're a really good option, but I don't have one, so oxyacetylene it is. Now on the plus side, we did manage to get 2 of these off. I did break 1 bolt, but means we got 3 out without breaking. Let's see how that works. Time to make some smoke. Oh, there's another one. Nice. Yeah, it's warm. Can't imagine why. We fixed one of our problems. We can actually rev this thing up now, and it actually revs up pretty good. Someone had put this tab on wrong, and it was keeping our choke lock down. So now we can open it up, we get some air and flow in there. Works good. Still got to play with the idle side. Still have to play with the rest of this choke. We're getting closer. Well, I got this other carburetor here. Let's try throwing that on there, and we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll work better. Maybe it's even worse. I don't know. Okay, this one's got a very bad accelerator pump. It's no pump shot on it. That one doesn't idle, and that one doesn't fit. Let's see if we can find up another one. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to rebuild one. We've got ourselves a carb rebuild kit, and we got ourselves a carb. Let's see if we can make things better. I'm sure we can make it worse, but we might be able to make it better. All sorts of goodies. All right. Instructions. Okay, sure. A lot of times jets are plugged and stuff like that. It's sitting so long the fuel clogs everything up. Get in there, we'll clean all that out. Ooh, look at that, come loose. Exciting. Look at that, we managed to even keep that gasket intact, just in case. Actually, I should see what's in the kit before we go too far. Power valves and gaskets and other stuff, so yeah, we can do all that stuff.
You better write down these instructions. We've got to be precise.
And it's not a bad idea to take pictures of all this stuff as you're pulling it apart, so you know how things go back together. Some of these rods can be a little tricky. I think this is the last card you're going to see on this 10 truck challenge that we have to take apart and look at. Maybe, maybe not. It actually looks to be in pretty good shape still. Okay, we got our float out. Now we want to get these jets out down here. Needle's still got a pretty good tip on it, so I'll go find a bigger screwdriver. I'll be back. And I managed to crack the jets loose. Looks not too bad. Okay, we're gonna get our power valve off the bottom here. I think all that was pretty good. It's the idle circuit we're having problems with, but since we're in here, we might as well freshen things up a bit. It's way too big for this. Perfect. Yeah, Nicky. So now that we've got this far, we got to get the Venturi cluster assembly out. Sometimes these are sticky. You might have to grab onto them with something. Oh yeah, look at that. I'd say that's part of our problem right there. Definitely needs to get cleaned up. Pretty grody. Okay, now we can get in here and we can use compressed air and fluid and blow out all these ports and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to get on to doing now. Now, just as a side tip, if you're blowing out all the ports and stuff, make sure you use a blow gun with a rubber tip on it, or you can get in there and get in the hole, get all the airflow going through there and blow it out really good. It's the same, it's the body and in the Venturi assembly here. So that's blowing out, we can start looking at putting this back together. Okay, we changed our gasket, our Venturi cluster assembly. Slide that back in, put our new power valve in. Brand spanking new. Yeah, it's your home. Don't you want to go in your home?
That's your home! Are you too good for your home?
There you go. Give it all the torques. Now, okay, we need the gasket for the cover. Got a new one because that one's very brittle. My kit's all that complete.
Mustn't register on an emotional level.
Oh shoot. We use this one, yes. Best to shape, but hopefully it'll work. Exciting stuff, huh? Probably gonna wake this thing right up. No, don't think so. Be lucky if it doesn't anything. Maybe, just maybe, it might idle. Put our air screws back in. Idle air control. I'm gonna run these right down and then back them out a turn and a half. Don't put too much pressure on them, that's seated. There's a half, there's a turn, there's a turn and a half. Set to where we want them. Remember, we gotta hook our rod back up. The screws to help align it. Spring back in there too, you silly goose. Too fast. Mistakes. Go back in there. Be windy out today. You don't want to sleep back together. That spring kind of just snaps in place and retains it so it can't pop out. Alright, check ball. Go back in here. Oh, that's nice and clear. Give it a shot of air anyways. Lots of the air going through there. No problem. We should have put this on before we put the top back on. You know what? You gotta take the top back off. Well, shoot. Did that for your benefit.
You know what you are? You're a dipstick.
Well, now you know you gotta put that back on before you put the top on. Getting late, I'm tired. Okay?
Big phony!
What other excuses can I come up with? There's one or two more. Hey, put it down in the comments below. You think it's going to make a difference? I don't know. Did find a couple things that were kind of gummed up, so maybe I'll get lucky.
Put $1 in, I got a car. Put $1 in, I got a car. Put $1 in, I got a car.
This guy back on. Oh, there's one. Nice rods in this thing. All over the place. There we go. Better. Okay, that's that one. This little tip, this vacuum pot on the back, you might want to slide it on before bolting it on. Put your clip on. It makes it a lot easier to get at this. It's a tiny little clip, so.
Oh, that little guy. I wouldn't worry about that little guy.
Oh no, that's what we didn't want to do. Might be able to find that, but fortunately we got it back up right here. Yeah, that one's on. Good. I don't know how much luck I'd have finding that other one. I am going to see if I can find it, because if I can, then I'm just going to put it back in the package. Oh man. I did find it, and I lost it again. There it is. Well, that's amazing. It's the same color as the floor and everything, I still found it. Get this done before dark. Fortunately, this far north, it takes a while to get dark this time of year, so this guy, I know there is a right way and a wrong way for this. That looks right. If you don't get this little tab right, you can end up keeping your choke lock down. So the guy before us did, and caused us a bit of grief. Fuel filter back on. Bolt this sucker up, see what happens. See if the old girl wants to idle. I've got the fuel line hooked up, primed it, filled up the float bowls, a little down the throat. See what happens. He's on.
no.
Still doesn't like that, but that's better. Anyways, let's go take it for a little run. All right, we finally got it idling. A little loud, you gotta fix that exhaust still. So there you go, it's idling, carb rebuild work. You had a bad gasket, bad leak, that's why it wasn't idling. But going pretty good now. So the problem we had was this gasket underneath was not sealing properly. It was allowing it to suck air in, so it had too much air going into the engine. That's why it wouldn't idle. So we've got that taken care of. Unfortunately, I didn't have a gasket, so I just took it apart, cleaned it up, flipped the gasket over, put some Vaseline on it, threw it back on, and it'll seal for now. But we're going to have to get a proper gasket for that. But hey, she's actually running really good, idling good. We'll take it out for a little spin here. All right, let's see, this old girl wants to dance.
Care to dance?
It's always fun to bring something like this back to life, let me tell you. We had a little bit of trouble with the carb. We had to get the Vaseline on that gasket and lube it up. Always time for lube. So that did the trick. Managed to seal it up, flipped it over, and that got this thing idling pretty darn good. This 390, it's got a little bit of the torques to it. It was fun blasting it out in the field. So this old Purge, she's got some life left in her yet, I guess. What should we do with it though? That's the question. Like, do we fix it up, drive it around a little bit? Do we just fix it enough to send it on down the road? By that I mean we got to do something with that exhaust so it's not just blasting straight into the engine compartment. But yeah, this one was fun. The Ram was fun too, up until the point it dropped half the engine on the ground, but that's okay. We'll get back on that one. That one we're definitely going to put an engine in. We're definitely going to get that one back on the road. This is a good challenge. Rebuilt the carb, did a bunch of work on this one. Still lots to go, but running and driving. So that's 4.
The number of the day is 4.
6 more to go. And as always, thank you for watching, subscribing, giving us the likes, leaving the comments. It means a lot and it helps the channel immensely. We'll see you on the next video. 4 down, 6 to go.